Hello, welcome to Universal Interiors. I am Uni.
And I'm Les.
And I want to take just a little minute. We got a ton of feedback of the little vibes we were carrying together, so we decided to start co-hosting. Woohoo.
Yes, it's a duo.
So from now on, this will be a familiar face to you because, let's face it, I can't do it without you.
That's not true, but I'm one more on that one.
So
you can't get rid of me is the real truth, I think.
Both then. So with that, we're going to just spend a little bit of time just talking about some things that we just felt like we should share with you. And there's 3 B words that we're going to address today.
Yeah, I think to be beautiful, you need to have balance. And what else? Set some boundaries. I was just quizzing her. She's my little cousin, you know. She sometimes, that's where she's got me.
And I was just going to say it.
Okay, so when we were talking amongst ourselves, there is a hurry-scurried, and it's no different probably in the summer than it is in the winter, those that are parents, right? I mean, there's so much going on. In summer you think, oh, now we can just relax. But there's so many activities, families coming, work, whatever it might be in your life, and we find ourselves out of balance. At least we do at times, and I'm guessing y'all do too.
Balance is like my favorite word because you can get stuck on so many ditches, and I have felt that in my own life, and I've seen it so many times where people are just stuck in one ditch. So then they get this huge revelation, and then they never do anything, and it doesn't turn into anything, or it just kind of
falls flat. And I think I know we're created to, you know, we have purpose and we have passions, and all that should be incorporated. But when we fall off, like she was saying, you fall into this ditch, or you can't quite get what you're going to do about feeling, probably, I hate the word busy, but it's a 4-letter word. It is, but that's on the negative side. Let's go down B words and up with R words. The balance and the boundaries. A number of you perhaps have heard there's books out there on setting your own boundaries, and some of us don't really maybe know how. I was just saying, I love what I do for the most part, but then my boundaries get kind of, either I've made them, or my employers perhaps at times, or my son makes them, and then they get stretched out, and then out goes the balance. I don't take enough time, and it's not necessarily, hopefully, that you wouldn't read this as me time, because the world talks about make sure you take care of yourself. It's true.
Right.
Fully, we need to. We got to love ourselves and do good to that. But at the same time, I think that we get out of balance even about that.
Yeah.
Because we have to give, we have to take. That's the deal. I just read a quote along the lines of, you can't give what you don't possess. I thought that was great. Because if you can't give that love out, you can't give that patience out if you're not having it for yourself or for others. And there again, pull in, make those boundaries, try to get that balance set up. Believe me, I'm preaching more to me than you right now.
I was going to say too, I read a book one time about boundaries, and it was talking about if you are driving in your car and there's a rushing river underneath you and you're driving over this bridge, how beautiful is having those boundaries. I'm thinking about just raising kids.
It's a great point.
I think, here's my boundaries to my children. You can go nuts inside your boundaries. Just have fun, be crazy, love every minute of it.
Right.
But you pass it or even touch this boundary, I'm going to let you know and say, come back in.
Perfect. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, reel them back in. And that again, do it to yourself too.
Yes.
You know when you're turning into a little on everybody's case. And I want to have fun. I was once told I suffer from the spirit of loss because I want to do everything, and if I don't get to, then I get all pouty because I don't get to do that. I got to do this, and so we can get that way. We can, as a 52-year-old, I can still get that way because I want to do it all. But again, when Uni just mentioned the children, that's a real easy one to look at, but hard to do. It changes their age, right? Their peers. Everything that comes with this. A parent, hopefully you understand, there's got to be a good discipline.
Yes.
But they also grow older, and that's the way God's intended, for them to pull out, we to get them into the independent, but they don't. If any of you teenagers are out there hearing this, you don't know it all yet. Not all yet. Mark Twain had a quote one time, and he said, boy, at 14, I couldn't believe how much my parents really didn't know. But when I turned 21 or thereabouts, I realized how much they learned in that short of time. And the point is that, is it the kid that's learning it or the parents? Figure that one out. Maybe a little of it, balance, right? Maybe it's both learning those little boundaries there.
So let's hit the beautiful.
To be beautiful. I think we've spoke on this before, Uni, and we really need to think on it, don't we? I would challenge myself and you and my beautiful Uni. When I hear something come out negative about ourselves, you know what? You can vent, but don't take too long on it. We have so much about ourselves that's beautiful. My precious, precious friend Susie right now has a gratitude journal, 10 things at least a day. And she's finding, you know what, Les, if I don't do this, I find myself sinking pretty quick. And she goes, sometimes I have to write the same things because I'm not feeling that beautiful, not that thankful. But she keeps after that. And by doing that, it just builds up and gets her through the times when she's feeling like she just wants to crash because it's so busy. You know what I mean? Gratitude.
Beautiful.
Makes beautiful.
Beauty, which is so from the heart and it pokes out your eyes. I have seen the most people that have been, you know, according to whoever
the world,
whoever makes these standards of what beauty is.
Right.
I have seen people that wouldn't pass that test, but just sit and talk to them and you just get overwhelmed with this beauty that bubbles. Nothing moves them. They're confident. Self-confidence is such a beautiful way to be beautiful. It's so...
that calm. And you can see, like you said, that comes from the heart. I get very sad judging the book by the cover kind of thing because those treasures, they're in there. And they just can't wait to come out. And as we're talking, I would love for you guys to be challenged as you're hearing this. If you look in the mirror and you're just like, oh, look at those. Or you can get challenged by going, look at them. Stop it. God has such a purpose for each and every one of you. And there's just beauty that's just like Uni said. Don't miss out because maybe they are a little bit more plain Jane. Sorry, Janes, if you're out there, like you're plain. But you have so much. Believe in yourself, set your boundaries, right? Get balanced. The best way to do that is just, I do it all the time, is I go straight to God because I got to get it out of me so the beauty can come back.
Yes. And one other cool thing too I want to quick mention is make sure that you're calculating out of God's calculator. Know that He is the beautiful one and we are null and void compared to Him.
Yep.
But if we look at the verse that says, who am I, that you are mindful of me?
Right there.
Beautiful people.
Yeah, it's a recipe.
Beauty.
Balance.
And boundaries.
Thanks for being here. See you next time.